The other week I entered Screen Jam, which gives you 7 days to create a horror game. For this one I decided to make a 3D game in Godot. This was the first 3D game that I'd made in Godot. I didn't have a really solid plan of what the game was going to be, but I knew I wanted to try out a few different things. So I wanted to try out rotoscoping, I wanted to try out navigation meshes for the enemy, and I wanted it to be something to do with sound, so having an enemy that could hear you but not see you. So I started setting up the basic features for the creature and a little room to test it in.
So yeah, you see you get this sort of burnt patch, and if we had that moving around... Oh, also we should turn on shadows for these lights. And what if I literally just said vector 2, 0, 1? What was it? There we go. Yeah, that's kind of weird and horrible. Yeah. That's pretty neat.
I then started researching navigation within Godot.
That'll do. Although maybe we have to update the movement target over time. Yes, because it's a vector 3, so set movement target dot global position. But then nothing's happening, so why?
It took me a while to work out. At the time I didn't realise, but you have to have the navigation agent close enough to the navigation mesh from the get-go for it to work, otherwise it has an error.
It's as simple as that. It's kind of horrible having this sort of dark shape following you.
Next up I started prototyping a system that would have values for how much noise you were making based on whether you were moving, like your footsteps, and whether the player was holding their breath.
10, 25, 30, okay.
Initially, the total noise would be the sum of all the noises that the player is making at a given time, but I ended up changing this to be just taking the loudest noise, the single loudest noise that the player was making at the time.
We're breathing normally, we press to hold, we're able to hold it for 3 seconds. I think I need to record some breathing sounds and test this out with sound. So what else I need? I need a normal breathing and like an out of breath. Man, okay. Alright. Okay, so that's the normal breathing. And then I need the sound of holding breath. And then the sound of like when you've held your breath too long. Okay, I'm hyperventilating now, so I'm going to stop there. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done all of them in one go. Maybe I should have taken a break. I should do noise reduction, but I'll probably redo these in a bit. So... and that would be the normal breathing stream again. There. Okay. I'm going to let go quicker this time. I'm also not going to have the gasp, out of breath gasp, if it's been like, if the timer is still like half its original value or something, like 1.5. That played twice. Why is that played twice? Cool. It's been like 3 hours, so I might take a break. Progress has been made though.
I was really busy during days 2 and 3, so all I managed to add was some volumetric fog and a sub-viewport that made the game look more pixely. Oh, and I also made it so that the enemy would make sounds when it started targeting you. Kind of horrible.
The enemy currently goes to where you are, if it can hear you. But I want it to go to, so if it's hearing you and then it stops hearing you, it goes to where it last heard you. Yeah, it still continues to where it last heard. Oh, I don't know, I kind of want like quite cold, I guess. Maybe even a little colder. A little bit greeny, weird, I don't know. And I want them to be a bit brighter. Actually, that might be good, like a good menu screen kind of deal. I think that's quite fun.
I realised that I'd need some decoration within the level, so I started on what would be one of many different decals that I ended up doing.
We need like an ambience for the environment. That's quite good. That's like a good cave sound. Minecraft cave sounds. So like a sound plays every 40 seconds, I don't know. It's repeating. I just want to change the volume when we're sneaking. This all works, and this doesn't. Why? And how long am I willing to spend working on that? So I think here I'm going to have like a fire door, and it's going to be chained shut. So let's get Blender running. Yes. Now we're talking. Looks so bad. Nice fire exit, bro.
I also started modelling and texturing what I felt the enemy would be, and I was planning to rig and animate that, but I ended up scrapping it, because, yeah.
I feel like a model's kind of pointless, especially when I can be modelling other stuff. So something that's been tricking me up for ages is anytime I used a 3D audio stream player, the sound it wouldn't, you know, I'd play it from the code, but you just wouldn't hear anything. And the reason is, in a sub viewport, you have to tick enable 3D under audio listener, otherwise it just doesn't work. It just doesn't. It just ignores audio. So yeah, that took a good 20 minutes to work out.
Hello.
Is it going to sound like it's behind me? That's the question.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, it kind of does. You need to remember that this has to be a game, not just a walking simulator with sound effects playing. And we'll add E and left click. Joystick, camera, mouse position. And then instead of deleting it, we also want to say extends rigid body 3D. Freeze equals false. And then we want to make it a clank bang when it falls down. Is that a fire door?
Hello.
It always gets me. Just slightly to the right as well. Okay, cool. It looks like there's been an explosion. Well, it fell, but it didn't fall forward. Oh! That was quite violent. Do you hear that? Okay, what if this could be you first go to the fire door, you try to use it, and you just hear a rattle sound and it doesn't move. And then towards the end of the game, you're being chased, you need to get to the fire exit, you get to it, you interact with it, and then it falls off. That's, I think that's quite a fun ending. That's the point, that's an ending. So maybe we should have some boring doors before then, where when you click on them, they just rattle and nothing happens. Let's move the sound to where the handle is. Do I model a door with a door handle in Blender? Nice. Oh, no. That's pretty good. I like that.
I ended up animating the door falling because I wanted it to always line up perfectly with the audio, and that was the easiest way.
I mean, it's a bit of a jump scare, I guess, if you're not expecting it. If you're literally like stood in, you've just crept through here and you're like, oh, creepy noises, and then you just go, Oh, wouldn't that be funny if the whole, the actual, size of the door was just ha 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 ha, like fine. Breathing, I was going to pitch the breathing up. I am going to animate the doors, the door handle. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that. I feel like it could just be a 2-frame animation that we, don't know what that hand movement was, 2-frame animation that we go between. Literally just 2 sprites, flip between the 2 sprites. Cool. Too much delay at the very beginning. I like it. Maybe when you come back and the monster's here, this door is now open.
I next started creating the area where I'd be showing off the rotoscoped characters.
Can we create an infinite loop? Yeah, and there we have it. So now I need to break that up into some number of frames. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. That's 0.7. That's kind of a cool effect, apart from the fact it's got no fingers. Right, I better record a sound for that. I think I can just donk the window. I might even be able to record it with my phone as opposed to with my microphone. Right, I'm going to try that real quick. So I've recorded a little something. Oh, that's good. I like it. I like it. Maybe I'll turn down the reflection. I don't know. That's my first time rotoscoping something. I love it. Love it. What am I doing right now? This was just going to be someone like pacing around with their hands like on their head, stuck in a room. And then I was thinking about it. I was thinking, obviously, it's a kid. You're playing as a child, and I was thinking you could have one room where it's like the kid's parents arguing, and then the next room, spoilers. But anyway, yeah, so the arguing. And I was thinking like, oh, okay, I know I could rotoscope that. I can just have 2 videos of me and then, work with that. But I was thinking about audio. How would I do that conversation? Obviously, it's behind a glass pane, thick glass, so it'll be muffled. So I could probably do both the voices and then record them separately and then slightly pitch them. Yeah, so I'm going to try that. And also, I think I'll record it with like my mouth closed to make it more muffled. So then when it repeats, it's not as, I don't know. So like, for example, you can make out what I was saying roughly. I quickly wrote up a script with both male and female parts for me to play out. This is so bad. Right, well, I'm going to cut them all first, and then I'll start fiddling and trying to make it not sound crap.
I then finished up the rotoscoping and added sound effects for footsteps.
So I have come up with some poses for the argument sat at the table to rotoscope. Because for the guy pacing around the room, I didn't preemptively think of poses. I basically just paced around the room, and then I had to find the poses, or at least find key frames that looked like they'd work. So this time I've come up with poses, and I'm just going to specifically do those poses and then animate between them. So I just need to write them down because I'll be filming with my phone, so I can't look at my phone, and I can't be bothered to unhook my laptop from everything right now. Hands on table, head bowed. That was it, wasn't it? Yeah. Hell, that was cool.
Painting over these poses was a lot of fun and made me realise how important having strong, recognisable poses is.
This is going to be a much lower FPS than the other ones, but so now I need to do the female ones.
And doing the female poses was actually quite tricky because I really had to get the proportions right. Not sure I did.
This frame, I think he needs a nose or something because it looks wrong. I don't know how I'm going to choreograph the fight, because it'll be the man and the woman, and they'll briefly exchange words, and then the guy will like raise his fist or something, and she'll like move back, and then maybe the player goes like, "Hey," and then the guy turns, he starts walking towards the player, comes through the wall, grabs you, kills you. So that'll be through a door here, and the window will be immediately there. The door will close, we'll lock the player in place so you're focused to look at it, I think. I think I'll record the voice like normally this time, just speaking, like not that. And then in FL, notch it down a load. Come here, you little shit. Hope the neighbours didn't hear that. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey! Come here, you little shit. Right, I'll go record the argument for the rotoscoping. Decent.
My hand was getting pretty achy at this point from all the rotoscoping with just a mouse, not a pen and tablet.
Hey!
Come here, you little shit.
That's good. It's the footsteps that are crap.
Come here, you little shit.
Okay, so the hey and the footsteps are the problem right now, the things that I don't like. I feel like because I haven't used any orchestrally sounds in the game so far, it would feel out of place. Unless I went for like the Penderecki thingies. Oh, that's it. That's it.
Come here, you little shit.
Yeah, volume needs to go up fast.
Come here, you little shit. Come here, you little shit.
That's good. I think when he's like, "What are you looking at?" we want like a "You've been seen."
Come here, you little shit.
Yeah, it should be when he starts walking, I guess, if I'm going to do that. There is no winning.
Come here, you little shit. We were getting close to the end of the jam now, so I decided it was time to do a little bit of UI for some sort of menu screen. So I started day 7 actually adding the buttons and giving them little animations when you hover over them.
So I'm just modifying the enemy so that it doesn't have the screechy violin when the chase stops, and the like warmth of the tuba or trumpet, whatever sound it was, when the chase starts. Instead, it's just the choral, choiry thing, so that it's a bit less. Kind of think of adding some horrible particles to the enemy or something.
It was actually an enemy in the first Hellblade game that gave me the idea for these pulsing particles to have on the monster.
It's kind of horrible, but we kind of want to ignore fog. Disable fog. Oh yeah. That's kind of weird. That's kind of horrible. Yeah, I think I need to make a new sound effect for that. Like a... and then a sound for when it's moving. Needs some more oomph to it. That's what we're missing. I think at the end it could look like that thing, the creature is in there, and then it fades to them. So that's a nice AT.
Come here, you little shit.
So there's two things I think that I need to do, that I want to do before I can call it done. One is to have like a light switch sound. I've just recorded the sound of me clicking my light switches on and off.
Come here, you little shit.
We'll come back to that. Now we need, if you're killed by the enemy, for it to be a bit more visceral. What do I want to do instead? I wonder if we added like a bone snapping sort of sound. I could make a sound with, I think I've got some lettuce. Lettuce grab it. It's not the freshest lettuce. It's a little floppy, but I think it'll still crack. Okay. How's that sound? Oh, that's quite nice. I like that. This is my final playthrough. Just to say, yeah, I'm... Sneak. Hold breath, space. Oh, I think my mouse battery might be dying. Should the fire door kill you? That's the question. I'm gonna go with no. Oh, but it would be funny. Oh, I don't know. I still want to add in more things to go wrong right now. No, I won't have it kill you. As amusing as I think that would be. Should the fire door kill you? I think it'd be funny. Especially since it says ha 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 behind it. I mean, they're relatively easy to do. What is it at the minute when the player dies? We specify look target. Yeah, go on. Let's do it. Oh, and specify the look target, which will be the door. Bro, look at this door that just killed you. Oh, that's hilarious. So if the door's falling and it hits you, you die. First off, let me just walk past the door to make sure that nothing happens. Yeah, nothing. That's so good! That's so good! Because it shows you what happened. It shows you exactly what happened. This is excellent. So what if we're like here? So we could be here or we could be over here. So if we're right next to it. That is excellent. It might confuse a few people, but I think once they try it without standing in front of it.
So with that, development was pretty much done. I uploaded builds to itch and set up the page so that it looked half decent and put my submission in. Overall, I'm really happy with how the project went, especially as my first 3D Godot game, and I'm looking forward to entering more game jams and applying what I've learnt to other projects. If you want to try out the game, it's free, quick and easy to download. The game isn't very long, it's literally like 2 minutes, if that. But yeah, over 500 games were submitted to this jam, and some of them are really great, so do go check them out.